Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your weekly reading. This is going to be for the week of the 10th, going to the 16th of April. So we're going to dive straight into it. I just wanted to say a very big apology for the headphones and the mic. And if the sound quality is not so good, only because my microphone, like the attachment I have, seemed to just not be working today. Like, it's very strange. So until I get another one, I might be stuck with these for a little bit, which sound quality is not the best and not as good. And I do have to hold it to make sure it's kind of clear. So for those of you who have like low volume, can also hear it. But anyway, I'm going to dive straight into your reading. Just wanted to say a quick apology for that. And if the sound, of course, will change when I let go and when I don't let go. So I'll try to be as loud as I can without disturbing my housemates. So let's see what's going on for the Virgos for the week. Hearing like, I don't know, like for some reason a specific message is coming through, and when that happens it may just be something for someone out there, but I'm like seeing stains or coffee stains. If you've just recently made a stain or removed a stain, I don't know, this is coming up for you. Alright. You know, I'm going to be honest with you, and the messages for the earth signs are a little bit challenging this week, but nothing you can't handle, so don't worry. As I said, that the Queen of Wands just came out for you, which I'm going to put up here. But I want to get overall energy, please, for the Virgos, please, for this week. King of Pentacles. A lot of people cards, okay? You could be dealing with a lot of people. It could be family, okay? A lot of community, maybe. Okay, maybe the fact that this week is a little bit stressful is just because there's a lot going on. It could be financial, like, decisions you're having to make, or it could be legal stuff coming through for you. Like, everything is going to be okay, don't worry, but maybe the timing is something that's going to be frustrating you a little bit, or I see a happy ending, so don't worry. But let's go into it. Again, you could be dealing with other people. This could be a lot of conversations, connections going on between you and others that have a lot of significance for you. You're the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands, so this could be a fire sign energy or earth sign energy, but this feels like your energy, if I'm being honest with you. So within this week, I think you're going to be looking good, feeling good. I'm seeing a lot of like ambitiousness coming from you, so you may be coming up with a lot of ideas or feeling in a level of like authority, which is nice. I think you're going to be giving ideas to others or speaking with others about something that you want. And I also see that you are going to be hustling down on financial matters. When we have wands and pentacles, it's very good for your career. And because we are king and queen, it's also very good in terms of being in a high level of position and being able to, have a voice that's heard. Okay? We also have the strength in the Page of Wands. And again, like, I am going to find some foundation in your reading because I think that that's what's missing. Because you have strength and Page of Wands, which is good news. You are going to solidify something. You are going to get a very good message coming through that's going to make you feel very good about yourself and maybe the thing that you're building. Okay. We seem to be getting more messages from the Oracle cards here. So you have To Be Fair. This is a good time for a life review for you here. Like, the To Be Fair is about, contracts. It is like the Justice card, so Libra and energy. Okay, it could be about law situations, legal situations, but it is about making sure that the things you have in your life, this is my card of a life review, because it's like, okay, looking at everything I have going on around me and the decisions I have to make, is this good for me? Is this going to reward me, or is this just not for me? And this, as you can see with the owl, is about using your intuition and using about whether it's going to cause an imbalance in your life or cause a balance in your life, okay? So To Be Fair is about making fair decisions, compromising maybe as well, and making sure we keep the balance with something here. You then have a never-ending story. By the way, this can represent like decluttering, by the way, so it's a really good time. Like, it's not just beliefs and actual people in our life, although it could definitely be that. It's not just that. It could also be physical things that you're decluttering from and going, okay, like, I don't need this in my space, or I don't need this in my space. The environment also, like, I do believe you're really looking at things truthfully and going, okay, like, I don't really want this, it's not doing me any good, and removing it. Okay? So this is good. I kind of feel like this is just like a pre-leveling up energy. So you may be like focusing on a specific goal and now you're decluttering to be able to get there. You have never-ending story coming through. Never-ending story. What did I just say? Never-ending story. Which is about maybe some answers are a little bit unclear right now. And sometimes this can really weigh you down, especially if you hyperfixate on things, Virgo, like I need to know and I need to know now. Well, it's not the right time and you're not going to hear it now. So are you going to sit around and wait for it and like self-sabotage because of it? Or are you going to detach a little bit from needing to know the answer and needing the situation to resolve itself fast? You know, it's like we have to make a decision with this, because I always say this lovely lady here has wings. She can go fly, she can go keep herself occupied and do something that makes her happy, and you know, do something that makes her feel alive. Or she can stick to this timer here and you know, stare at her reflection and you know, make herself feel worse about it. As you can see, she's kind of blue. She's got no color left. This is draining to her. So this is kind of saying, make sure you're detaching from situations that are draining you. Specifically because this is important for you. I understand that with this timer, you need to know something. You might be in a bit of a time crunch, something you might need to know something so that you can have that security. But this is saying this is going to unfold the way it needs to. Can you just let go of this until you get the answer? And then we have building blocks coming through, which is about building yourself up. This is a very independent energy. It doesn't surprise me with the Virgos here. It reminds me of the Nine of Pentacles, actually, because this is about building yourself up, building up that legacy, being able to have these things around you. And this is because of your own decisions here. So there is a good need of pride. And I think maybe you're going to get some compliments here, actually, with the Strength and the Page of Wands, with saying that you're going to get good news when it comes down to things that you have done. And I think that is going to give you a sense of pride as well. For those of you who are building something literally, whether it's just your future or a family or a company or just yourself, like in general, you're doing a good job. Just don't let these distractions and these things that you cannot control drain you of that life and drain you of that pride, okay? Just pay attention to that. So I am going to clarify this never-ending story and see what this is. I'm actually going to clarify each of these cards. Clarify the To Be Fair card for me first. All right. Clarify the never-ending story, please. Ay, Virgo. I wanted to deliver really good, upbeat readings, but hey, clearly needed. So let's see. One more, please. Ay. Of course, that one's the best one. All right, one more, please. Oh, amazing. All right, Virgo. Something may not work out the way that you wanted it to, or maybe you've already been through this kind of stuff of disappointments and trying to juggle everything, and when is things going to be finally settled? And I think that's where the never-ending story is coming through. You just want some sense of security, so you can feel more confident and feel more stable financially, you know, and just with yourself in general. The To Be Fair card, the card of balance, the card of needing to really look at things and weigh things up, did come out with the Two of Pentacles. Again, I kind of feel like either you're juggling a lot of things right now whilst things are kind of stabilizing in your life, or you are having to make a decision, and it may mean that you might have to compromise something. But with the Five of Cups coming through, this is a bit of a disappointment here. Okay, but this is saying control your emotions, as you can see in the back, otherwise they are going to unfold and maybe ruin the things that you're building right now, because the Five of Cups is saying, look, there is still something positive here. There is some good news that comes with this, and I am seeing that you are building something. So I'm kind of feeling like something may happen and it's just not what you wanted or not what you expected. It kind of feels like maybe the details. It doesn't feel big because it feels like you still have something there, like, and this is going to work out, but something that you may have wanted may not be aligned to you, and that's going to come across as a bit of a disappointment, or already has. You know, for a lot of you, this could just be happening already. You've been going through a lot of purging, a lot of things have been leaving your life, a lot of things have not been working out, and if that's the case and you've been juggling back and forth, Pay attention to your emotions. Things are going to keep focusing on the things that you are doing for yourself in this moment and the love that you may have around you, like the Five of Cups suggests, because this is going to help you move forward and actually see the good that is happening here, because they're only going to get rid of things that aren't for you, the things that are not aligned to this future that you envision for yourself. So if you may be asking yourself certain questions like, why is this happening to me? It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. They're clearing the way of things that are not supposed to happen for you so you can have something better, okay? Like, it is to do with this. So try not to pay attention too much to things that aren't, working for you. The Two of Pentacles does say that whilst you're juggling things, just don't reject or neglect, certain things that may also need your attention here. All right. The never-ending story, Virgo, is then being clarified by the Nine of Swords and the Five of Swords. A lot of air energy, time. Maybe an answer is what you're waiting for again, or like some information or some clarity. Never-ending story is maybe feeling constantly like you're having to let things go, because the Nine of Swords is like the worry, the fear, the anxiety, it's the pressure, it's the stress. And the Five of Swords seems to be the thing that we're stressed over and stressed about. So Five of Swords is conflict. Five of Swords is, kind of losing a battle here and, clashing with people and arguments maybe. And I do feel like you're in this kind of loop, it feels like, of like again, like, why is this not working out for me again? Whether it's in love, it's like another failed situationship, or another failed relationship, or another failed, it just feels like things just aren't fitting right. And maybe if you felt like that for a little while in terms of your life here, and it's never ending story, it just feels like that, like, what's wrong with me? Nothing's wrong with you at all. The Nine of Swords, don't allow yourself to stress too much about that. Nine of Swords is, don't keep yourself awake at night blaming yourself for something that is not your fault. If you've tried your best in something, then it says a lot about you. You've tried your best. What else can you do? So some things are just not meant for us, and it's really important to understand that so that you don't stop yourself from seeing the good things that you are building. Now, regardless of this, and I have to say your resilience is incredible and impeccable, by the way, Virgo, because despite all of this and these difficult cards, you have this building blocks energy still, which is that independence, which is that, okay, I'm going to make something from this. I'm going to do something from this. I'm still going to work on building myself up. And with this card, and very happy energy coming through, you do have the Sun and the Lovers. And this is incredibly good news, joy, a lot of naked energy coming through here, which is good. It's about vulnerability, things being out in the open. I feel like you're going to come across a very good opportunity that is very, very authentic, very vulnerable, very raw. Is the word I want to come through. This could be love, by the way. For some of you, this could be a child coming through. Could be a relationship, as I was saying, but this just could be some really good news. The love is about a choice, but for some of you, if you're in a relationship, then it just feels like there is some blessings coming to your relationship. If you're single, then this is just blessings coming to you in the form of really good, healthy decisions, really good opportunities coming your way, and maybe really amazing love coming through for you as well. It could be a Leo or a Gemini, it doesn't have to be though. But this is a very, very beautiful and very divine energy. The Sun and the Love, as you can see, the Sun is behind this angel here as well. So like you're really being looked at, like celebrated. You're being celebrated, Virgo. So what's clearing the way, things that are not good for you, so you can have this amazing stuff. All right. The Sun could also be good for being in a spotlight for those of you who are desiring that. It's just really good energy. It's just joy. Finally being happy. So this never-ending story is reaching this conclusion. 11:11, as I'm saying that. Clarify the Sun and the Lovers, please, for Virgo. Let's clarify this beautiful energy. Oh, interesting, Virgo. Just a little bit of a forewarning. We have the Hermit, which is you, Virgo. This is about, don't get stuck in your head or stuck in this thought process. You have this incredible ability to analyze things, to observe, to see things that other people don't see, to see things from a higher perspective, to have a lot of wisdom and knowledge. But don't let this trap you and make you feel stuck in something that could be potentially super healthy for you in the future, okay? There could be this resistance on like opening up to people. It could be this resistance on seeing the good in something out of fear that things could go wrong. This is kind of like old behaviors and old, you've been through a lot of crap, as I can see. So of course this fear is going to be there of like, when am I going to open the blindfold and see that everything is completely wrong and this is another failed thing. But it's not. This is very, very good. The sun is all about light energy, so there is no darkness here. The only darkness is in the blindfold, which is what we do to ourselves at time. And the hermit is also that dark energy also. So we can keep ourselves stuck in some analysis paralysis and really dissect something so much that we see problems through it, or we can actually embrace a really good connection and a very good outcome. But if you stay stuck in the past, like all these things that didn't work out, like, okay, yeah, this is good, but like I can't believe that thing happened to me 3 months ago, like I understand, I'm human too, so I do get it. But this is an energy of going, okay, like what can I learn from this? And just understanding that you have a higher perspective here. You do and have been given that wisdom of knowledge now. Like you've been given that, wisdom, that blessing of wisdom and knowledge. But it's to stay hopeful, but not to stay stuck. Your King of Cups. This could be a love interest, water sign. We have some good news actually that seems to be coming through. I'm just going to clarify this one more time. We have the King of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, okay? Okay. You have the Two of Swords and Page of Swords. Alright, that's interesting. And King of Swords. I feel like there could be an unexpected message or like from somebody here. It feels like you don't see this, like, or didn't expect this. Page of Swords and the King of Swords. This feels like two different people. You may have a choice between two people. I kind of feel like it's very easy to make this choice for a lot of you, only because you have the King of Swords, Page of Swords. Like someone is watching, someone is maybe a bit possessive as a person. I'm only saying this because the fact that they're coming through as a Page of Swords is kind of a very immature, like triggered energy. And then you have the King of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. Spirit, what is this, please? Judgment. This is reconciliation. This could be someone coming through as reconciliation or saying something. Judgment, again, is about learning a lesson, moving on to, new beginnings. The wild card comes after this. But you have to make a decision on something. And just to clarify, the kind of decision is to do with the Nine of Pentacles. So maybe when you're doing well, you do have opportunities around you. All right. But just be aware of the opportunities you're taking. I did see that a lot of the earth signs, and you're the last one I'm doing, and it does feel like it's kind of lingering there still. It does feel like the universe is kind of testing, okay, are you going to go back to what, the kind of cycles you've been through? Or are you going to do something different? And I feel like this is where the decision is coming through. Like, I think you're learning to choose yourself. You're learning to preserve your energy, to see others as just an extension of you, but they are not your life. They are not who you are. So your happiness and peace should not be totally affected by certain people being in or out of your life. And I kind of feel like because you're coming to this conclusion, I am seeing someone from the past coming back. This does seem like an air sign, okay? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Or someone who's very coming across a little bit triggered by you, by the way, or like they're at least watching you. It's what the Page of Swords is talking about, or wondering about you. Like there's an energy of like wondering, like they're curious. It's what the Page of Swords can represent. But then you have this King of Cups and Wheel of Fortune on the other side, which feels like a completely new person or something where there's a lot more like fate involved with. Can I say King of Cups, please? Yeah, the Eight of Wands. Like, it's going to be a Pisces because we have the Hanged Man coming through. This is about things moving in a positive direction and communication. So again, it feels like you're being communicated by two people. I like the King of Cups better. This could just be emotional maturity from you, if anything. You're learning to not be triggered and not be detached. Like, you know, when the King of Swords is triggered, it's just like a big wall is coming up. So maybe you're learning how to deal with this energy, how to be at peace with yourself. You're seeing something different in terms of your decisions, your choices. You're able to communicate more effectively without being triggered and holding back fast. You know, you're no longer coming from a position of pain and frustration. You're coming from a place of, okay, I'm going through some emotions, but I can stay on top of them. You know, you're learning how to rule them. So you're gaining some enlightenment here based off of the things that you've been through. And I really do see that this is bringing in good things. And that's why the King of Cups came through with the Wheel of Fortune. This is change. And when we make a change, we change the fate. You know, it's like the wheel starts turning in a different direction, and that's probably where the building blocks comes in. When you decide to choose yourself, when you decide to make the decisions and have that control over your life and not feel like everything's happening. Some things are out of our control, but I think maybe in the past you've tried to fixate on things outside of your control, you know, and now you're focusing on things that are, regardless of what's going to happen. You're trusting in the universe a lot more, trusting in yourself a lot more to navigate yourself through, regardless of what's happening. And I think this maturity and emotional balance is going to really take you to the next level. Can you clarify this? You've been through a tower moment. This may have been a separation, a falling out between you and somebody. And I feel like this is actually making you stronger, because the Tower card came through with the Strength card and the Hanged Man. So again, Pisces, Leo energy. This is coming through as like a shock, like something happened. It was a very big shock to you, but it is giving you strength. Of course, when this happens, there'll be moments of weakness. When you just fall out of a tower, you're not going to come out like big and bold, you know. But this is an energy of, you know, you've grown from this. You will learn how to overcome these situations and balance those two sides of yourself, you know, the maiden and the beast, as we see here. And we have the Hanged Man, which is all about perspective. It's all about enlightenment and what we learn from a situation. And the Page of Pentacles coming through, your career is going to take off. I see you doing more, like indulging in information, actually, I can see. Learning more, like I'm just seeing you on this big road of doing better, actually, by choice. Not that you haven't before in the past, but you're choosing to do things, and this is going to accumulate. So you're learning, and you're learning a lot, and this is leading towards some wish fulfillment here. So this tower moment that has happened in your life, that has shaken things up, that has removed the bad things from your life, bad people from your life, I think you're really going to learn something and see something different. By the way, be open to being wrong sometimes, Virgo. Like, of course, I'm not saying that you were wrong in this situation, but I feel like mistakes are here to be made so that we can learn. And sometimes we are responsible for some things in our life, not everything. Of course not, because some people just come in and they do whatever. But by understanding and taking accountability for what may have been in your control, there's no shame in that. There's no need to feel guilty. There's no need to blame or, you know, shame yourself. These words should not exist in your vocabulary, Virgo. But it's more of just acceptance. And with the Hanged Man, it's just observing. It's just going, okay, maybe I should have done this differently. And in the future, this is what I'm going to do, because this way of thinking, I really do believe, is where you're taking control of your life, and this is where this happiness is really coming in from. Instead of it being, this person is so bad, they did this to me, which they did, you know, and like it's all their fault and it's all this, which may be the case. When we just accept and understand the part that we played, maybe I should have left a little bit earlier, or maybe this, you know, if this didn't happen this way, anyway, I wouldn't be where I am today. So there's some way that we can look at this perspective that will help with your strength, help you to overcome the vulnerabilities that this situation left you in, and really help you see the light and the love, you know, the light and the love, rather than being stuck in something you're no longer stuck in. Okay? I wish I could see the situation. Like, I can only speak from experience. Most of the time, yeah, we have fire, strong emotion, passionate love or hate. So one, I see that in a way that you probably are going to ignite some passion between you and somebody. Um, but we also have, this could be to do with that tower moment. You know, I do think that it made you like, it has triggered some strong emotions in you, whether it's love or hate. When, you know, to be able to hate something, it does have some love involved. Like you had to have loved someone to now hate them. You can dislike people. It just means you only like them or just dislike them. But when you hate something passionately, there is a reason behind that, you know. Anyway, the fire coming through is just strong emotions. You're going to feel a lot of emotions around this time, so that's just coming through. But you do have rainbow, which says the most difficult part of a situation is over, and hammock. So maybe taking a vacation would be good, taking a break would be good. That seems to be when the rainbow shines, you know, when you've been able to deal with certain emotions and deal with certain, you know, fiery energy that spirit is trying to ask for you to settle. You know, having a fire is good, passion is good, and I think putting it in the right directions, if it's your work and your, you know, curiosity towards knowledge and learning things that we saw with the Page of Pentacles, or finances, or, you know, work, you know, whatever it is, building something, crafts, could be hobbies, you know, putting your anger into things that are productive for you, like good for you, are really amazing. Like fitness, people who usually have a lot of emotion and a lot of anger do incredibly well with their results when they're doing fitness, you know, for example, instead of, you know, hating or hurting themselves and thinking constantly about what hurt them, they put their energy into something else. And this is overall a summary of what I'm seeing for you, is put that into things that do good for you, and understand that this moment in time does not define you at all. Whatever part you played or whatever happened to you, you can build from this. And I am seeing you will, and I'm seeing that's where a lot of success, and that's where the rainbow comes in. I'm going to pull you an animal spirit as well. Just a quick message, as I picked the whole deck up, one stayed on the bottom, and I'm only showing you because it does have some relevance to the card we just had in the Tea Leaf Tarot. So it says take time out. So some of you do need a break. If you've already had a break, for Virgo, please, for this week. Yeah, interesting. All right, you do have Groundhog coming through on the bottom, saying time to let go. So again, something did hurt your heart space, and that's probably why there's so much frustration around it. And you also have Hawk Spirit here, which says let spirit be your guide. All right, I feel like they're going to see the opportunities for you and going to help you have this amazing vision for opportunities. So allow them to guide you away from the situations that have been troublesome. And this is where, with the to be fair, we are decluttering things. It is time to let go of something. All right, let go of how something impacted you, let go of the emotions. Easier said than done, of course, but there are ways that we can do this, and sometimes it is just a perspective. You do have Antelope Spirit. Life is speeding up. Life is speeding up for you. Allow Spirit to guide you. And I think that's what you want. You want things to move forward. So, happy outcome, which is always amazing. But yeah, definitely a lot of knowledge going on for you, like a lot of deep thought and deep reflection, which is great. Just don't get stuck in that, okay? It's really good to live your life rather than being in that Eight of Swords energy, okay? Free yourself from your mind. All right, Virgos, I'm going to love you and leave you. I wish you all the best. I hope you have an incredible week. Don't be too harsh on yourself. Learn to live, all right? And make sure you do things actively that help you live and enjoy the life that you're living, regardless of what people have done or what may be happening right now, okay? I love you guys, and I wish you all the best.